What's up, y'all? It's Cecil West, Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, back again with the one and only
Jason Quest.
And this is your question of the week. And this week, I'm going to throw something. This came from the comments a long time ago, actually. And when you came on board, I know I sent you all the questions of the week potential. And this one is kind of sat at the bottom of my list. I think this is something John tried to get me to do a lot. I just kept moving it. I didn't really want to do it. Fuck it. We're going to do it. Jason, I got to know. What is Bone's darkest song in your opinion? And what I mean is, you could base this off the beat. You could base this off the lyrics. You could base this off the fucking feeling that you get when you hear it. I just got to know what song brings you to the dark side.
I don't even know if that means depressed or if it means bringing like the evil out of me.
I mean, Bone has some evil shit. And I got to know what that is. It could be what the darkest. I don't want to give examples and hinder what you're saying, but let me throw this one out here as just a Hell Sent is a very dark song early on. The beat's kind of dark. The content's kind of dark. They go to hell to kill the devil. So I'm talking what the darkest song is. Could be the lyrics, could be the beat, it could be both. It could be just the way it makes you fucking feel.
Do you and when we think of dark, it's funny because I'm kind of saying this to you, and I'm kind of saying this to the audience of like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of dark songs? Do you think it's got to be a Busy Bone solo song? That it's got to be Busy. It's not even Bone as a group, because like I feel like there's so much light in Lazy Bone.
Mine's
An interesting question would be like, what's Lazy Bone's darkest song? But you think of the introduction, got to get these demons off me. You think of Social Studies, think of Schizophrenic. You think of Voices in My Head. You think of, but I think really
there's some dark ones, bro. That's a guy he's been dark places in his life.
But I think the darkest I felt, most confused I felt, the most WTF I felt was listening to the song F the World by Busy Bone from the Ruthless album. Because that song, if you've never heard F the World off of Ruthless, there's a video for it too. It's got to be Busy's darkest moment on camera. It's got to be his darkest moment on record. Maybe not, but like when just look at some of the lyrics, it's like F the world, the whole wide world, America and all. So it's like F the world, not just America and the whole world. But so I'm going with F the World by Busy Bone as the darkest. But if it's as a group, I would say, and I don't, I've heard it so many times that I'm desensitized to it, but I think the original Crossroad on Eternal or Mo Murda, depending on if you're looking to be like the victim or the aggressor, the beat, if we're talking beats, the beat is dark and mystic for both of those songs, for both Crossroad and Mo Murda. I like those because like there's so many different definitions of dark, but for me, when I think dark, I'm not a dark individual, but I like songs that when I listen to it, I feel the colors dark blue with purple and black. And those Mo Murda and Crossroad bring me into like this cool, dark, mystic, gothic kind of place. So as a group, I'd say Crossroad, Mo Murda, but I think the darkest moment of all the Bone albums is Fuck the World by Busy Bone on Ruthless. So that's my final answer. F the World by Busy Bone.
I like your interpretation of the question. That's why this one's left so open, because this can mean so many things to so many people. As I said, could be the beat, could be the lyrics, could be both. John picked one more lyrical for Busy Bone. He picked one more beat wise, John. I'm so used to John being here that it's going to take me a long time to make this switch over
It's
after two
okay, Cecil.
seasons.
I'm trying to live up to his standards, bro. I'm trying, Cecil. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man.
So hey, you're doing a good job. I keep fucking up and calling you him. So I like what Jay did with the entire situation here. Um, but you notice that I kept saying the way it makes you feel. And I thought about this, and I actually have a two-way tie that I just refuse to break because when I hear these two things, they make me feel ultimately sleazy for two different reasons. One of them I've never explained to you in all the time that I've known you, but John used to hear this story all the time. But I'm going to save that one. The first one I'm going to tell you because I absolutely motherfucking hate it with a motherfucking passion. I hate HATE fucking hate the Look at You Now skit on Thug
Oh,
Mentality 1999. The rape of that fucking girl in the car, it it sends shivers down my spine and puts me in such a horrid fucking place mentally. And it's too bad because I love the song that's playing on the radio in the skit. It ruined that song for me. Now I hear the original song and I still think of a girl being raped. I also really like Crazy Bones' lyrical piece of the Look at You Now skit, but I never get there because of it. I actually think that back in the day I made a burn and I think I cut that the fuck out and I just left, when it drops, things drop and Crazy Bone, look at you now. And I think I had an edit of that if I remember correctly because I really couldn't fuck with it. Not like ooh, I just don't like this. Like I couldn't fuck with it to the point that it was ruining everything that happens after it.
yeah.
And I don't know if you remember that track list off the top of your head, but Won't Ease Up Tonight is the very next thing that happens. And I love that song. But hearing Look at You Now was fucking destroying the rest of the record for me.
Yeah.
That brings me to a dark place. So that is the first one, and I will say I placed it first, even though I'm calling it a tie. I placed it first because it is the darkest situation to me. But I will say that one that puts me in a very similarly dark, I will say this one more creepy feeling than dark, is when I was very, 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 very young. I had a 5 disc CD changer. I used to keep 5 Bone Thugs and Harmony discs in it in all times. Do not come in and put anything else in there unless it's fucking Tupac. We're going to keep these 5 discs in. And I used to go to bed every single night playing these. It would play all 5 and then it would recycle and play all 5 again. One of the discs that sat in my CD changer was Flesh and Bone THUGS. I really love that record. I know some people are hit or miss on it. I think that it is a fucking gem of a record. But one time in my life, I fell asleep on the futon, sitting in my room with the lights completely off, and I woke up in the dark to Made Crazy by the Flesh. Made Crazy by the Flesh. And that feeling when you first wake up from like a nap or something, not like the morning wake up, but like the weird, I fell asleep, wake up, and you're kind of like, oh, what the fuck is going on? That was the feeling that I had in the complete darkness of that song starting. It was like there was a fucking evil demon that waited for my eyes to open so they could push play and have that be the first thing that I heard. And even though I had heard that song many times, it didn't have any impact until I woke up in a half hazy state in the fucking dark with that weird voice saying it. Even to this day, when C Dub turns on that record and that song comes on, at least I can play that one. I can't play the Look at Me Now skit. That gets the skip. At least I can hear Crazy by the Flesh, but gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. Those are my fucking tie for the darkest Bone song ever, because they go past Bone being dark. They make me feel dark.
Yeah, it's crazy by the flesh. But I'll add in there too that dark and sad aren't really there. So like sad song by Crazy Bone, that little skit. By the way, as you were saying for that interlude on Thug Mentality 99, I had reduced the 2 CD album to like 1 CD, and that absolutely was not on my reduced 1 CD. I felt pretty gross hearing that too. I wondered, like, who the heck wants to listen to this particular? I mean, I get it for like a PSA perspective, but man,
I
this is like, you know what I'm
I
saying? Like,
understood the placement. I don't need anybody to explain the fucking placement or what was going on or to defend Crazy Bone. None of that has to be done. I understand the artistic what was happening there. I
yeah.
just don't fucking like it.
I think we'll see in the comments. I think Hellified Game captures everything I think of when I think of a dark song. Like the beat itself, the instrumental is dark and it's hypnotic, and the vocals, the subject matter. So I think Hellified Game is a pretty good number 2. And again, it's like everything I listed was Busy Bone, uh, but I'm gonna stick with Fuck the World. But Hellified Game, I think, is one that finds a lot of darkness for a lot of people out there. So I just want to make sure I mention that one.
Look at you now. Just take a look at yourself. And now it's time for you to look at the comment section and let us know what you think. Of course, Jason Quest went with Fuck the World by Busy Bone. And I picked the fucking hella weird, hella gross, hella dark Look at You Now in a two-way tie with Flesh and Bones made crazy by the flesh. Let me know what the fuck you're thinking in the comments below. What's Bone's darkest song of all time? Don't forget, y'all, share this with another Bone fan so that we can find out what they think as well. And we're going to catch you on the next one.
Beyond the harmony for the fans we celebrate.